So go with me into this narrative. Jesus speaks to Simon. He calls him emphatically twice, Simon, Simon. Satan has asked permission to sift all of your disciples, to put you on a sieve and just shake you violently. Perhaps in an attempt to show that some of you will fail miserably under the stress of severe testing. And I'm thinking, if I'm Simon Peter and Jesus says to me, Satan's asked permission. If I'm Peter, I'm thinking, well, did you tell him no? What did you say to him? I've watched you walk on water. I've watched you heal the sick. I've watched you raise the dead. You can keep the devil off my back. But there is no such answer here. What Jesus says is this: I have prayed for you that your faith may not fail, that it will not give out, that it will not disappear completely. So apparently something severe is about to happen here. Clearly, Jesus is hinting at some severe trial that's going to take place, and Simon Peter's faith is going to be stretched to its limit. But it will not fail ultimately. He will return, and here's why. Because Jesus prays for him. As I prayed for you. You see, the same Jesus that gives the enemy permission to sift Simon Peter and all the disciples is the Jesus who prays him through the conflict. Never leaves him alone. He gives the enemy permission to attack, but Jesus prays him through the battle. And thus, Jesus must have had a reason for this. He obviously had a purpose for this, and we learn something about that in verse 33. Look at Peter's response. Peter said to him, Lord, I am ready to go with you both to prison and to death. We're going to learn that Peter is overconfident. And we're going to learn that Jesus, in allowing the enemy to test Simon Peter, and even as Peter falls, Jesus never being pleased with Peter's decision and never being pleased with Peter's sin. Jesus, in fact, going to the cross to die for what Peter is doing. God still superintends it all to teach Simon Peter that he's not nearly as tough as he thinks he is. Peter says, I'll go with you to prison and to death. How easy it is to say those words. How easy it is to go there in our words only, and how easy it might be for us to do the same thing today, to say, Lord, I will go with you anywhere, I will die for you. How easy it is to rely on our training and our education and our pedigree and our past successes and our past ministries and our knowledge and our calling. How easy it is to go there until it's your neck in the noose. Simon Peter says, I will die for you. He's overconfident. And here's what Peter reminds us. Here's what Peter teaches us. We, like him, every one of us in this room, is but one dumb decision away from falling. Yes or no? Every single one of us is but one dumb decision away from falling. Now, I'm not talking about losing our salvation. I'm talking about wounding our relationship with God to the extent that we're no longer an effective witness for him. And every one of us could this day make a decision that takes us there. And if you don't think it can happen to you, you're destined for trouble. What's our hope? Jesus is praying for us. What's our hope? The intercessor. The Son is at the right hand of the Father, ever making intercession for us, praying that God would sanctify us, praying that we might ultimately be protected from the evil one. And you see, when we get that right, when we remember that Jesus is praying for us, things just change. We've got hope in temptation when we know Jesus is praying for us. We don't have to lose when the Son of God's praying for us. We can press on in the spiritual battle when we know Jesus is praying for us. We can stand in the confidence of his righteousness and his grace when we know Jesus is praying for us. And hear me, when we know Jesus is praying for us, we can go anywhere and speak to anybody for God's glory. We can do the work of the Great Commission, whether it means to go to our neighbor or to the nations, when we know Jesus is interceding for us.